Hi friends, welcome back. Today we're gonna do a fun recipe that I just made up the other day. Tried it, we really liked it, Colson loved it, and so I thought I would share it with you since we know that it works and it's good. So this is a sort of a twist on my best cinnamon rolls ever recipe. If you have not seen that video, I'm gonna link it in the description box down below because I'm not gonna go through all of the steps. If you want to see how the dough is made, I'm gonna direct you over there and watch that video, and then you can come back over here and see how we're gonna switch it up just a little bit, okay? So we are going to make lemon blueberry, except today we're not gonna do the blueberry, it's just gonna be the lemon, but you can make it lemon blueberry if you want to. Lemon curd rolls, okay? So it's gonna be the cinnamon roll dough, which is this recipe that I'm gonna link down below. But if you make this one, then right here, actually it's here, right here in the dough, the dough part, it calls for a teaspoon of cinnamon that goes with the salt in with the flour to go into the dough. Leave the cinnamon out. Just do everything else the same, but don't put that teaspoon of cinnamon into the dough itself, and just make it a plain dough. And then you're gonna do the other. So first things first, we need to make the lemon curd first. Now I wrote it wrong. I wrote make the dough, and while the dough is rising, make the curd. But don't, do it the other way. Make your curd first because it has to chill in the fridge for several hours until it gets completely chilled. So go on and get that in the fridge, let it be chilling while you make the dough and the dough is rising and all of that kind of stuff. Then your curd should be ready to go for your filling. So I'm gonna gather up all the ingredients. You're gonna need a double boiler. I don't have a double boiler, so I'm just gonna use a pot with a stainless steel bowl with about 1 inch of water in the bottom of the pot. And that's all you need. So let me squeeze some lemons and gather my ingredients, and we'll get busy making this curd. Okay, so we've got our double boiler all set up, and I've got all my ingredients. You need 1/2 cup of lemon juice. Now I have lemons, so I squeezed them myself. 1/2 cup, it took me 2.5 lemons exactly to get 1/2 cup. You're gonna need 2/3 cup of sugar, a pinch of salt, 2 whole eggs, and 2 egg yolks. And finally, a whole stick of unsalted butter at the end. So the water is starting to get warm, but before it gets hot, I'm gonna go ahead and get my eggs in here so I can whisk them together. 1 yolk. Oh, I busted that one. Oh well. Got my hands washed. First thing is whisk together your eggs. Then you're gonna whisk in your sugar, your lemon juice, and your pinch of salt. And then you're just going to whisk it all together and cook it over like medium high-ish heat and keep going until it thickens. Once it thickens, and it should only take just a few minutes, then you should be able to pull it off the heat and put this butter in it and whisk it around until it is melted and smooth, and that's it. Your lemon curd is done. Lemon curd is really easy. I always felt it was like intimidating until I tried it. It's really not hard. All right, it's thicker now. It's about like almost to the point of like lemon icebox pie filling, if that gives you any kind of indication as to how thick we're talking here. So we're just gonna keep going just a couple more seconds. I don't wanna overcook it, but I also don't want it to be super runny. I want it to thicken up pretty well so that it will stay in place when I put it on the dough. A good way to test it as if it coats the back of a spoon and it doesn't run off. So it's ready. We're gonna turn off the heat, take it off the heat. Okay, so now we've got it off the heat. Let me see if I turn the light on. Nope. Okay. We're gonna put our stick of butter in. I cut it up to make it a little easier to melt. And we're just going to whisk that in. Once all the butter is melted, we will transfer it to a different container because I don't want to keep it in this hot metal to put in the refrigerator. And also a container that you can seal up. So grab a bowl, a little plastic bowl or something that we can put it in, seal it, and to get it in the refrigerator for it to start chilling. See, that butter is gonna make it so silky and such a nice texture. It smells great. Okay, now I'm gonna get a big container, transfer it, and stick it in the fridge. Okay, so we've got the curd out of the fridge. It's been in there about hour and a half-ish, hour and 45 minutes. You can leave it longer if you want to. I'm gonna get the dough out. I turned my oven on keep warm and put it in there because the house is a little chilly today. Again, I'm not gonna show you, I didn't show you making the dough because I already have a video on that. It is in the description below. The only thing I did different is I did not include the cinnamon in the dough. So here's the dough. Move this, move that in a second. Dough is nice and warm. You know what, I'm gonna take my rings off. Set them up here. I'm not gonna really knead it very much. I just wanna make sure that there's not a lot of air bubbles in it. And there's enough flour on the countertop that maybe it won't stick. I'm gonna go ahead and form it into a somewhat rectangle with my hands like this. And then we're going to flour the pin. See, there's an air bubble. Now at this point in the other one, you would have put your cinnamon and butter and brown sugar mixture here. But on this one you're gonna use a half a stick of softened butter. And just might as well just go ahead and get on in there with your hands. Just smear it around. Now this is going to get messy. Just prepare yourself. If you don't like messes, you don't want to clean it up, then don't make this recipe. It is going to be messy. So because it's messy and you get your hands like this, go ahead before you get to this point and spray your pan that you're gonna put your rolls in so that you don't have to stop what you're doing, wash your hands, all of that stuff, okay? So we've got the butter. Yes, I washed my hands just before. This was hot water. Raise your hand if you like super hot water to wash your hands. Me. And then we're going to put the curd on. We're just gonna pour it on. It smells so fresh. This is perfect for summer. It's light and fresh and lemony. You just want to try to get it to the edges or close to the edges. I bet I can roll it up like this. Try and roll it up as tightly as you can, but pick it up and fold it over on top of the curd to try to trap it in there. Like this. And then you're gonna pull this up There we go. Most of it is in there. Try to pinch it together. Try to put some flour under here. And get this off my hands, and then we're gonna slice it and get it in the pan. What I should have done was, when I sprayed the pan, I should have grabbed my knife out also, so that I would not have to wash my hands to go get a knife out of the drawer, but it is what it is. Okay, so we're gonna eyeball it halfway. And then each half in half. This will make 12 rolls. Okay, it's already oozing. And then each of these gets cut into thirds. It's easier to cut when it's the cinnamon roll version. It just feels like the knife doesn't want to go through this one, but it will. You just have to be patient. Okay. Now we're gonna try and get this in the pan. So I always start with the middle ones. They look a mess, but just trust me. Corners with the seams facing the pan. Okay. Then we're gonna go here. 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 It's definitely more difficult to handle it this way than the cinnamon version because it's so gooey, but they bake really nicely. Okay, and then the two end pieces go in the center with the rounded end at the bottom, like this. Okay, so now we'll wash this off, grab a towel, put it over these, see? And then we're gonna let them rise for 30 minutes. Okay, 30 minutes is up. They are beautiful. Just gotta get them in the oven at 350 for 30 minutes. All right, you guys, the rolls are just about ready to come out of the oven, so we are going to quickly stir up this glaze so that as soon as they come out, we can drizzle it. Willow, get back. Thank you. She has been so clingy today, and for whatever reason, just wants mama. So I'm gonna go ahead and squeeze just a couple more lemons. I had some left over from that half of a lemon that I did not use, but I need a little bit more. So I'm just gonna go ahead and squeeze, and whatever juice I don't use, I'll just stick it in my water. Okay, now in this bowl I have 4 cups of powdered sugar. The glaze is super simple. Now this is not a shot glass. This is one of my favorite measuring things. It is by Anchor Hawking, and you get it at Walmart. It's over by these and like the glass measuring cups, different things. So it has teaspoons, ounces, and tablespoons on it. And I use it for all kinds of things. I love it. So we're gonna use that for the milk. So 6 to 8 tablespoons of milk. I'm gonna go the 6, but we're doubling it. So that is going to be 12, and it will do 2 tablespoons. So we're gonna do this 6 times. So this is 2, 4, 12. If I need more, I can add more later. And then we need 4 teaspoons of vanilla. Okay. And then, let's say 8, if we can get 8 tablespoons of juice. 2, 4, 6, 8. There we go. I'm just gonna whisk this all together. Make a glaze. I don't think we need any more liquid. So we're gonna put all this away. It's okay if you still have some tiny lumps. Sorry for the lighting. This light directly above me is broken, and it's not just a dead bulb, it's like actually broken. We don't know what's wrong with it. So don't worry if you have little teeny tiny things of powdered sugar. They're gonna dissolve when they hit the hot rolls. So we're gonna set that there. Perfect. I wish you guys could smell these. So pretty. Okay, now all we have to do is pour the glaze on. You have to go slow, let it absorb some. And it's gonna start sinking down in there. Like this. As I'm making a huge mess over here. Not in there. And then after this cools, all you have to do is put foil paper over it. I usually do it this way and this way, like double it, double the foil, and then they are ready to eat, or you can freeze them. These are gonna go to a very special couple. See, as it goes, it'll start to go down. You just keep adding the glaze a little at a time. And that is all you have to do. Ta-da! Okay, that's it. Here they are with the yummy glaze. I don't want to tilt it too far. It's going to spill everywhere. But they smell amazing. It's a great pastry for a dessert or whatever you want to eat it for. For summer when it's really hot and you just want something that's light and refreshing and not so heavy with thick cream cheese icing like the cinnamon rolls have. This is great. You know, it's really great warm, like stick it in the microwave for a couple of seconds with a hot cup of coffee in the morning. It's lovely. Or eat it after dinner as a dessert. That's great too. So I hope you guys try this. If you do, let me know how you liked it. And thanks for watching, and we will see y'all in the next video. Bye.